Oh, almighty plan box, tell me what I should do today. Oh, Applied Energistics 2. Good choice. I was just actually thinking that I would like a better storage system. This refined relocation stuff is nice, especially early on, but it doesn't quite sort things exactly the way I want it, which I know is just kind of a minor gripe, and it's a good mod. Absolutely. I don't think they should change anything about it, really, but it's just not quite how I would like it. Like, these iron blocks that I made to save space in my shinies chest go into the building blocks chest, and I'd rather have them in the shinies. Maybe there's a way around that, maybe there's not. It's not a big deal either way, but I'd rather have everything in an ME system. So, I've already made some quartz dust and just kind of got all the normal stuff that we would be using to craft Applied Energistics 2 stuff. As far as I know, got the inscriber, and I already have all of the inscriber presses. That second meteor where I found, I think it was the logic press, and I thought that was one I already had, but I was wrong. Also, I noticed something cool about the storage box, or strong boxes. If you click the information, well, it doesn't say it anymore, but before it said you can enchant it, and I was like, enchanting? So I went over there to my enchanting table and put 30 levels on it, gave it me holding 3, and that increased how much space it has in it by a little bit, so that's cool. I didn't really have anything else to spend the levels on anyway. Okay, so what do we want first? I know I'm going to want an ME drive. So this is going to take 2 of the engineering processors, which engineering is the diamond one, and silicon requires silicon, of course. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of the silicon things. What were they called? Printed silicon. So I don't know, why don't we make 32 of them? Something like that. Silicon's pretty easy to get. You can use the Ender IO silicon. At least you could before. So, how do I want to set this up? Oh, right, my machine room has changed. So, can't really see it very well down here. I've switched to the Ender IO conduits. So we got a lot of energy lines running here, and I've got a water line running alongside this energy line for anything that needs water. So that's just going all along this outside, the 2 outside walls here, and got an energy line going up there for solar panels I'm thinking of making later, and water to the dynamo. It's there, along with some redstone conduits to let the engine be controlled by the, what's it called? The power monitor. So that basically just looks at how much energy is in the network, including the capacitor bank I have, which I've got 2 capacitor bank blocks, which gives me 10 million RF of storage, and currently the only power I've got is the steam dynamo. I've got 2 augments to increase fuel efficiency and 1 to double the energy production. And I've got some charcoal cooking up here, which we can put in the hopper above it. Okay, so on to setting up the inscriber. You can automate the inscriber, but it's a little bit trickier. So, how do I want to do this? Let's bring an energy line up like this, maybe? Put the inscriber there. So, we could, for example, just do that, but look, you can only put in 1 at a time, and that's no fun. We don't want to do that. So we can actually automate it by piping stuff into it, and oh, I already have 3 hoppers made. That's perfect. So I actually want one here, going into side, one on the top, and we can't do that just on the bottom. We would have to pipe it in some other way. If we had an omnidirectional hopper, that would work, but I don't have much compressed iron. Why don't I make some compressed iron? I mean, I have tons of iron. So let's just grab a stack worth, more or less. Oh, I already had a stack on me. And I've got a flint and steel here somewhere. Okay, so let's go make some compressed iron. Since I don't have any pneumatic stuff set up right now, the only way I can do it is by blowing up iron. And you can see I've also added some iron spikes to my roof here, so if I get any spiders hanging out on my roof, I can just walk into the middle by the plan box and the spiders will take care of themselves. Okay, so I don't really like the terrain being blown up, so I'm gonna go up a bit here and throw down our iron and light the TNT. And we will lose some of the iron, about a quarter, I think. Oh, we only lost 1/8. Maybe that was bumped up a little bit, or maybe I just got really lucky. I don't know. So the omnidirectional hopper is made a lot like a regular hopper, except with compressed iron instead of regular iron. And this functions much like a regular hopper, except you can also control the orientation of the top part. So you can see I just put it sideways, and I think if I place it like that. So I'm actually still going to need to dig down a bit here. And something like that. That should work. Okay, let's just see. I need to put the silicon into the side. Okay, it won't even go in on the bottom. Alright, so we are piping in the silicon automatically, and we could probably even extract this automatically. But I don't really see the need to do that right now. So let's go ahead and put our floor back. So it's a bit messy where it is right now, but it'll do. Okay, so I'm going to do some more crafting. I think I've explained all I need to right now. And I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so there is another machine here called the charger, which I need to demonstrate. So this can turn the regular Certus quartz crystals into charged ones, but like the inscriber, you can only put in one at a time, and there's no GUI either. So in order to automate putting them in and out, we can use hoppers, I believe. And this is just going to be a temporary location for it. Oh, is that not getting power? How can I power you? Okay, it looks like I can power it on the top. Okay, and whoa. Kinda sparked. Is that charged now? Yeah, okay, so that charged pretty quickly. So let's see if we can automate putting them in. We can. But if I put a hopper below it, will it just pull out the uncharged ones? No, it's actually only pulling out the charged ones. Okay. So that's good. So for storage drives, I'm thinking storage cell. Right. I'm thinking mostly 1K cells, but I will have one 16K cell, and that'll be devoted to shiny things. And we will format it to hold things like ingots, gems, you know, stuff that we're going to have a lot of. And everything else can just spill into the 1K drives. And these do require quite a bit of charged Certus quartz. You can also use the pure ones, but I think the charged ones would be the easiest to get right now. Pure ones. Drop a Certus quartz seed made from Certus quartz dust and sand into a puddle of water. And in order to do that, for this to change in any reasonable amount of time, you really need crystal growth accelerators. Otherwise, it takes a very long time. Might be good to go ahead and demonstrate that. So, let's see. Let's get a few. I guess I really only need 4. And a bucket of water. Do I really not have a bucket of water? There we go. Okay, so I'll just put it in here, I guess. Put some water, and going to make fluic seeds, so it's fluix dust and sand. And that makes 2, so you get 2 of the pure crystals for every 1 crystal that you grind up. But if you try to craft these back into regular crystals, you do not get a profit. So really they're only useful for the recipes that require them. So these are going to grow over time and become bigger. And we can pick them up at any time. And it still says 0%, so they haven't done anything. What you would normally want to do is have crystal growth accelerators in place of these blocks. I don't know how many you can have total, and those will speed up the process significantly. I didn't mean to pick those up. And these seeds will not despawn, even if they've been sitting there for 5 minutes, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, well, I'm going to get to work on crafting my storage cells. Actually, called them by the correct name for once. And I will be back in a little bit. Still working on getting some things set up. I noticed that to make the 16K cell, you need an well, to make the storage component for the 4K cells, you need a calculation processor, which requires the printed calculation circuit, which can only be made, apparently, with the pure Certus quartz crystal. I haven't tried anything else. Maybe I should. But I've got some cooking up down here, and they were 35% last time I checked them like 30 seconds ago. Now they're at 42. These are at 7. So that's not too bad. Got 1 crystal growth accelerator. This thing can only accept power from an ME network. If you try to put like an energy conduit from Ender.io next to it, it won't connect to any side. You have to have an ME cable powering it. And I've got an energy acceptor here, which converts the RF into whatever energy the Applied Energistics 2 mod uses. And this room that is currently my storage room is definitely going to be where the Applied Energistics system is going to go. I am using the RV1 beta, so we do have auto crafting from what I understand. I don't know how it works though. I noticed that the blocks that were originally used for auto crafting don't seem to be here anymore unless I'm overlooking them somehow. So let's see, I need the calculation press, I believe. So let's try putting some regular Certus quartz crystal in there. See how that works. It does not work. Okay. And just make sure, yeah, I got the right press. So we can only use the pure crystals that we get from basically growing the crystals in water. And I made some more flukes crystals. Now that I have a good way to make the charged ones, and actually need to make some more charged crystals again. I'm a little bit low. That's okay. I'm sure I'll find more. Okay, so I think that's all I've got for now. I've got to tell you, it is hot today. It is 98 degrees outside last I looked, and kind of a medium humidity, so it feels like it's 120 out there. Oh man. So, air conditioner is coming back on. Alright, so I think I've got everything I need here. So this is just a temporary location. So I've got this energy acceptor hooked up to my energy line. And I'm going to put the ME drive next to that. An ME cable on top of it. And you need some kind of terminal. I've got a crafting terminal here. So now we need to put in some drives, which I've got over here in the mighty plan box. Good to have you back, plan box. Okay, so actually going to want to move these down like that. Yeah, we can do this. We can always move them later. It doesn't really matter. So, if you're not very familiar with how Applied Energistics works, I probably should have explained this earlier, but I assume most people are familiar with the mod. Maybe not the Applied Energistics 2 version specifically. But these storage cells are where we're going to be storing our items and blocks and such, and they're basically stored like data, so these are like little hard drives. So I actually wanted to format this, which I'll need to do. But just as a demonstration, let's put in redstone. So you could see it put it in the 16K drive, so it's used a few bytes and one of the available types. Notice that all these drives have the same number of types, but a different number of bytes. So if you're going to be storing a lot of different kinds of items, the 1K drives are the best. If you're going to be storing massive numbers of a small number of items, you may want a bigger cell. Okay, so I think what I want now is the partition editor. Nope. I can't remember. Don't know what it's called. Oh, we do have Thaumcraft now, by the way, so I might mess with that some soon. It's Thaumcraft 4.2 for Minecraft 1.7.10. Just came out 3 days ago for me. Probably, like 5 or 6 days ago when you're watching this video, if you're watching it on the day it came out. So what is the block that I want? I thought it used to be called the partition editor, but I don't see it here. The cell workbench sounds like it might be it. Just really quickly, I'm going to give myself one to see what it does. Cell workbench. Yeah, this looks like what I want, so let's go ahead and make one of those. They don't look too expensive. I think it required 2 wool blocks for some reason. And let's get a bit more iron. Glad I made several of the calculation processors. I've actually needed a few of them. I have a lot of the logic processors left, and it looks like I only used a total of 3 of the engineering, so it's like 3 diamonds to get going by the looks of it. I think I only made 3, or 6. I might have made 8. Okay, so now if I put this drive in, Where are these slots for here? Are they for these upgrade cards? Huh. I'll have to look into this a bit more later. So I think I can use this to basically tell the drive what it should be holding. So I'm just going to get some of the things I want it to hold. Okay, so definitely want it to hold iron and gold, and put these up, that up to free some space. So partition storage. So if I click that, doesn't say anything in the tooltip. Wait, why is that? Configure the partition based on the currently stored items. Okay. So, I guess one way I could do this is to just move in some of the items that I want it to store. That might actually be one of the easiest ways to do this. Wait. Oh, I gotta departition it now. Clear. Put that back in. Pull all this stuff out. I swear I've done this mod before. Okay, not that. Okay, and that all went in here. So, just gonna go through, grab a little bit of everything. Actually, I should probably just empty out most of the contents of this chest into the drive, just to make sure I've got it all. I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we're using 41 types. I emptied most of the stuff in the shiny chest in here. Oh, let's put the compressed iron in there too. Some of the oddball stuff like nuggets, I'm not going to put ores in there or dust. Things like dust and ores I don't plan on keeping in the system very often. I'm going to automate the processing of them, so we won't be seeing those. Okay, well, apparently I already put compressed iron in there. So 41 types. I'm going to go ahead and take this drive out, put it back in this workbench, and partition it according to its contents. So currently these are the only things that will be allowed to go into this drive. So basically just the shiny things that we're going to encounter fairly often. And I don't know if you consider coal and charcoal to be shiny, but that's what I put them in. So we can put this back in here. So now if I were to put, I don't know, these energy conduits in here, well, they didn't go in that one. They went in this one. So that's exactly what I want. I want the big 16K drive to hold the stuff that I'm going to get a lot of, which is ingots and gems. 16K might be a bit of overkill. I mean, last season I had all 1K drives and my system was full, fairly full most of the time, but I always had space. Alright, so now I just need to start moving the mini items that I have throughout my system back into the new ME system. And I'm not sure how much these 6 drives are going to hold, or the 5 1K drives. I kind of have a feeling that this might be too much, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I will be back after I do that. Alright, all done. And 4 of our drives have all the types used, so that means we have something like 250 items in here. More than that, actually, because this has 5 used. So we got a pretty good amount of the bytes in all of these used, so... I guess 1K was a good choice. I left out some things like just some kind of oddball stuff like tools, horse armor, all these potions. They probably wouldn't stack because they're all different. left about half the stuff in this chest alone, including bees. Oh, I haven't gone through these. I guess I could put these safari nuts in there since they're easy to find. Oh, I had some more Certus quartz crystal. Marble from Chisel. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of leave some of the oddball stuff out. Oh, I had 2 more of these floppy disks. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of them. Okay, and I think that's like all the stuff I have. Oh, a few more bees in here. Let's go ahead and move them here so I can find them. And throw all this stuff in. So I've done a lot of clicking. Okay, so it looks like right now it is sorted by the item names, so we can scroll through this, and we can also craft stuff in here. So I've actually moved everything from my little cooking table over here. So, is there anything I could use to demonstrate it? Let's see what kind of recipes we use the saucepan in. Oh, right click. Anything that's not too complicated? Caramel. Don't want anything too complicated, but nothing too simple either. Peppermints. Okay. Let's try making those. So we can make some of those. It's all the sugar I had apparently. How good are these? Not very good. They are candy. Okay. So put those in there. Alright, we got a basic ME system. So what I need to do next is... I need to get rid of most of these chests. So... a lot of them are empty, but some of them are going to have to break. Should get rid of all these chests as well. If I break one of you... Oh, that one had stuff in it. Whoops. Okay, let's put that one back. I did not mean to do that. Why do I have all this stuff anyway? I don't know why I kept all this. It's mostly garbage. Okay, so let's try... Well, I already answered my question. You do get the upgrades back when you break these chests. So probably not going to be using the adjustable chest for storage at this point. Alright, well, I'll do all this off camera. So we got a basic ME system running. I'll need to do some experimentation to figure out how the auto-crafting mechanic works. Since it has changed and might be buggy, hopefully not. This is the beta, so surely it'll be fairly stable. We're doing okay on power for now. The single steam dynamo with these augments is doing a pretty good job, and oh well, let's actually chew through more fuel than I thought, so definitely going to need some more charcoal. This is not a very good permanent solution. I do have tons of wood lying around though, so concrete. How did you make concrete? Smelting gravel. Okay. What's concrete? Whoa! Whenever I touch it, I move super fast. And can't really control myself very well. Oh, that's cool. I will have to remember this. Remember concrete. Okay, well, I've dragged this out enough, so I'm going to clean up my storage room. Tiny, you might have to move. Why don't you come over here and hang out with Planbox for a little while. Okay. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope this video was somewhat informative and hopefully entertaining as well. Next time, I'm not sure what we'll do. Might start messing with Thaumcraft, the new Thaumcraft 4.2. Might do Botania. They've had a few updates recently. and they're on version R1.2 now, I think. It was 1.1 last I messed with it, and looks like they added some major stuff. And might also do auto crafting. Oh, and we need to also run a quarry at some point and get a more permanent power generation set up. Lots of stuff on the to-do list. 20 diamonds, not very good, but we could make a solar generator or two. Alright, my room's getting hot. It is blazing hot outside. So thank you for watching as always. Don't forget you can subscribe if you're not already. Leave a like or a comment if you want to. And I will see you next time.